ICBC has announced it will start sending out COVID-19 rebate checks to drivers in March. The one-time rebate comes from more than $600 million. ICBC says it has saved during the pandemic because of a 35% drop in crashes and claims. Drivers will get an average of $190 per policy. You don't need to apply to get the money, but you do have to have had active insurance from April to September of last year.
Months and months ago, many of you were insisting that because claims were down, that accidents were down, activity was down, there should be a benefit to ratepayers. And we agreed with you. And now we're doing that, and we're doing it in a prudent manner. We would not, based on the 3-year track record that we've had in government, put at risk the progress that drivers have made and that we have made to ensure that we keep rates down over the long term.
Okay, we'll bring in Rob Shaw, our resident number cruncher. At least it feels that way the last couple of weeks, doesn't it, Rob?
I like the numbers.
Yeah. Let's talk context here and the true cost of these rebates. You've been looking at the numbers today.
Yeah, you got to try and fit all these pieces together. We got dumpster fire for years at ICBC, the Premier's promise of rebates, and $600 million in COVID savings. How do they fit? Take a look at some of these numbers here. These are ICBC's losses. That's an extraordinary amount of money over the last few years, $2.5 billion. And then you hit the question mark this year, the year we switched to no fault. We get rebate checks on that. We get these COVID rebate checks, and your insurance premiums drop 20%. Where are we this year? ICBC wouldn't tell us, but that's an extraordinary turnaround if we hit the black in 2020, 2021. Here are some other numbers you need to look at. It's called the minimum capital test. It's a mouthful, but what it means is ICBC still solvent? Can it pay out its claims? It's got to be at 100 and 150%. Look at it dive to negative 30%. And again, we hit that question mark, raising the question, should the $600 million that went to these rebates actually go into ICBC to make it float, to make it more solvent? But it was an election promise from Premier John Horgan, and you can see that that promise has been made and kept by the Horgan government for better or for worse when it comes to ICBC's finances. Joe.
Rob Number Cruncher Shaw.
I like it.
Thank you. I do too.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Well.